Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All right, we're good. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? I know. I like me. I know. It's been way long overdue. Check out the cat. All right, let's get straight into the topic: envy and jealousy. Envy is a is an it's an interesting discussion. I think for so long, we as humans are always trying to prove who is a better superior race. Hold on, buddy. Hold on. Yeah, that it honestly really is just pretty much is when you think about it, it's still pretty much just messed up. Racism as a whole is something that like no matter how hard you try to get rid of, it's just that it's like that one little fly that just can't really just die. That's what it feels like no matter where you stand. To be able to claim you're like a superior race or to be able to isolate you or be able to self segregate yourself from other people for no good apparent reason. Envy runs so deep. I think we need to first start with jealousy. I think jealousy really matters. That when you compare yourself to others in a negative way, it it shapes, it dictates how far you've gone. Let me give you a scenario, right? Let's let's use let's create let's create a world where there's two different type of colors: the red people and the blue people. The red people are like high class royalty. We're talking like Ancelons. We're talking like people that lives far beyond, and the blue people lives low in poverty. Now, let's say one of the blue people works in the highest position that only is exclusively to the red people. And a couple of red people look at this and they'll say, man, I remember when them blue folks used to do this and that. Right? You want to get down? What's the matter, look? What's the matter? You want to get down? You want to get down? Judge it based on the wagging of the tail. Sure. Run along, be free. That that concept is pretty much is what is intended. This thing runs so real. Okay, we okay. Let me get back right. So now they'll drive them away out, not because one of the blue people did anything wrong. They did everything right. It's simply because a group of people within the red community despise them, not because not because they not because they like their performance or their skills, or they may have agreements or disagreements or what other ethics it works. No, they just don't like it because of the color of their skin. They think they're more inferior. That's what it always feels like in real life. And you can definitely tell, no matter how hard you look, no matter how hard you see it. You can talk about your culture, you can talk about your necessity, but some people wouldn't even bother. They're like they're like a stray cat. They're like a they're like a stray cat. You know what I'm saying? They're like a cat who's too feisty, like this one, like this orange cat, like this orange cat. You know, this orange cat. That's what it feels like. You know, but how does racism connects with envy and jealousy? Envy as a whole is a is a powerful demonic tool that is used to decept to despise people. And when you're comparing yourself to others, you feel like something is not right, and you do everything in your power to sabotage them in any possible way. Why do you think why there's so many hate speech? Why do you think why there's so many places like? Alright, we're good. Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. I had to take care of something for a little while. No, I'll probably just pause and I don't even think I'm gonna need to cut this one out. But probably next time I'll probably just cut it out with some basic editings. But yeah, that's where I feel like as well. I just feel like we're living in. I feel like no matter how we see it, we as a human being as a whole, we're always this way because we all naturally follow the same ideas like everyone else. You know how you have a village, you have people inside, and the moment someone else that you don't recognize comes in, you have suspicions. You don't know that person's gonna kill, or you don't know that person's attention, right? I mean, at the end of the day, everyone is surviving, even though we're long past the hunters and the gatherers. You know, we're even long past the hunters and the gatherers, but deep down, like there's still a lot of people that that often feels this way. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even entirely half of these people's fault. You know what I'm saying? And then there's generational, and then there's generational racism, which just is an entirely different realm. Where like you told one person about a group of people, and then they grow up hating that person, and then they have kids, and then they're passing on what they know. It creates this endless cycle of hatred without really having a real reason to hate. Essentially creating essentially feeding them artificial emotions. And what happens generations afterwards when they start to have awareness and realize that why am I like this? Like why am I like how am I this angry at a group of people? I don't even know the person. I could have been friends with this person. I could have maybe I don't know, like play basketball with him or watch a baseball game, or we could have had a nice stroll in the park, went to the gym, did a couple workouts. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's I don't know, man. Like I just don't like what I just don't like how far as we become as humans, and we're so still detached from one another, and it's not even entirely our fault. I swear, envy is like one of them. I swear, envy is just something that most of us just really need to avoid, and we just have to improve on working together as a whole. That's just really what I believe to really fix this problem. All right. So hopefully, and I really and I really mean it. I come back here tomorrow, maybe earlier, cause I did switch my schedule around. You know, so I did finally switch my schedule around. So things gonna be a little more easier for all of us. The grind never stops until it stops, and I'll see you around.